Hey, this is Coach Goldberg with the Masters University Men's Volleyball. Today, we're going to be going over a little bit of our practice from yesterday and recorded one of my film session meetings with one of our transfer junior players, Cayson Cloar. And we just want to give you a little bit of insight. Hopefully, you can learn a little bit about what's going on in our program and kind of what we're looking for.
I would actually say I felt pretty good, decently. Like I was getting more touches on the ball than I have in a while, and I liked how we were going over defense, just slowing it down earlier in practice before we got into sixes, because it made me like stay disciplined on like some things like off block and also just like keeping palms up and all that kind of stuff. So I got some pretty decent digs, not as many as feel like I could be, but I definitely felt a lot better like than we have in the first few practices that we had.
So here's a couple of your defensive plays here. It's a good job of making sure to pick that touch up. What I want you to be a little bit more aggressive on in your mindset here is because of where we're supposed to be as an off blocker defender, I want that first step in the direction of the ball.
Okay.
So you're thinking triple, triple, triple. And yes, I completely understand with Matthew setting right here. A lot of times this ball will not end up being triple. But that's okay. If they happen to set a high ball from there, you would be ready. But like on this ball here, I wouldn't say you necessarily moved in that first step as if you're going to triple it first. Right?
Yeah.
You can start to see you here in the back row. I would like, I'll get to that one in just a minute. I would like for you to start in a little bit lower of a position and be ready a little bit sooner. Okay.
Gotcha.
I caught a lot of guys doing this. I felt like we were standing up a little bit much until we realized like, oh, we've got to get down. And by that point, it's a little bit too late. Oh, this was the bad one, right?
Yeah, I definitely wasn't ready for that one.
Why?
First off, I didn't take my the off blocker positioning like I should have.
Yeah.
If I would have been lower and probably could have made a better play on that one. And I just kind of was like waiting for it.
You essentially commit block.
Yeah.
On Trent here, right?
Yeah.
You weren't actually balanced. Like your question to me earlier in the practice was a great question of, hey, do we want to be neutral or starting to lean towards our guy? And you're completely leaning and going towards your guy here. And as a result, you're not able to get the spot that you need to be as a defender. And I would bet you if you really study this, you would see a lot more circumstances that this happened, but guys aren't necessarily caught flat-footed on it, right? A lot of times the off block can get away with poor execution focus if the ball doesn't go their way. The ball just ended up getting deflected your way, and it was very obvious what happened here on this play.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.